like I've died and gone to bird hunter heaven. Good morning. Welcome to the Bird Tales, episode 22. Do you know what today is? Today is pheasant opener here in Minnesota, and we are excited. For the first time in a few years, I don't have anybody hunting with me on opener. Everybody's plans kind of fell apart, but that's all right. It means I can put a little bit more focus on the dogs, because today is going to be Daisy's first hunt of the year. So if you remember last year's episodes, Daisy hunted with me all the time. I split Daisy and Remnar up every once in a while, but now I've pretty much settled on Daisy and Remnar are going to hunt apart. I don't need Remnar influenced by a flushing dog more than he already is when I hunt with other people. But the reason that she hasn't been out yet this year is she's 9. So she's not super old, but she's out of shape, and that's my fault. But more importantly, I'm pretty certain she's losing her hearing. There's been a number of incidents this summer where she's sitting on the deck and I'm 50 yards away, kind of around the corner, like to the point where a person could hear me, and she's not moving, she's not budging, and then I look around the corner and she catches a glimpse of me and comes running over to me, when 5 seconds ago I was just calling for her and she didn't come. But I can't not take her hunting. I mean, she's going nuts right now. The first time I put the shot collar on her this year, and she's just like... So we're gonna go, but she's gonna be the local pheasant population dog. That's what she's gonna do. She's not gonna go on the trips where I might lose her 10 hours from home or something. She's gonna stay close to home, and we're gonna hunt. Maybe I'll change my mind later. I don't want to hold myself to anything, but at any rate, I'm at a walk-in access area, kind of close to my home. I've hunted here a few times last year, and I almost never see any other pheasant hunters. But if there is a day that you're going to run into other pheasant hunters, it's opener. Well, wouldn't you know it, that's how opener goes. A vehicle pulled in right behind me and said, "Hey, we're gonna go hunting here too. Where are you gonna go?" So I said, "Well, I'm going that way." And they said, "Okay, we're going that way." So at least that was nice of them. But we're looking at like 100 acres here, so it's gonna be interesting. And I don't know, here we go. Well, that has to be the nicest opening day rooster I think I've ever shot. It's a really nice bird. But those people that pulled up behind me, they told me that they were going to hunt on that side of it. And as I'm looking down the line, I can see them. They're walking right at me. They're only like 100 yards up ahead of me. They're walking right towards me now. Well, then this rooster flushes, and maybe that was a good thing, because I had to keep my calm not to shoot over them. So I waited for him to get all the way over here before I pulled the trigger. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I think now I'm just gonna like meander through this grass a little bit back to the car and get out of here and let them have the rest of it, because I mean, they're over there now, but this isn't a very big spot for two groups. But hey, Daisy's first bird of the year, nice big rooster. And this switchgrass though is like, it's hard to find birds when they fall in this grass. It took us 5 minutes, huh, Daisy? But you found him. Good job. So I really like that spot where I hunted first today, but the problem with it is there's not a whole lot of other spots near there to follow up and do any more pheasant hunting. There's some more, but they're just not as good, and I think there'll be somebody else there. But so we did the old dog switcheroo, and we drove a little bit further north, and now we're in the woods. We're gonna try and shoot another grouse, get Remnar some exercise. I really love a mixed bag day when you can shoot a pheasant and a ruffed grouse. It's just not a thing that many people get to do, but I get to do it. It's really hard. Seems like... Well, we've got a mixed bag today. Just shot a woodcock. I don't know. Remnar went on point. He either went on point right after it flushed or right before, I don't remember, but I definitely was the one who flushed it. He was off to my left. Bird popped right in front of me. Gave me a wide open shot. All right, let's find a ruffed grouse. Wouldn't that be sick? 3 birds, three different species, a ruff, a woodcock, and a pheasant. That'd be awesome. There's a ruff right there. I could hear it. Beep, 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 beep. And there's some feathers. I definitely hit it. Definitely hit it. Come on, Remy. Find the bird. Find that bird. There it is. It's right there. Remy, right here. Remy, come here. We did it. It's one of those kind of days. We did it. Hello again. It's Tuesday. I just got done with work. We have traveled quickly to a waterfowl production area so we can try and get a couple hunts in before sunset. I've got Daisy panting beside me. Remnar is in the backpack. We are here. I don't have a lot of time, but it's very, very windy outside. And in other breaking news, I broke my camera, the over-the-shoulder one. It still works, but I can't run it on an external battery anymore. I anticipated this coming. I ordered a new one. It should be here tomorrow, but so here's what I have to do. I have about 50 minutes of battery. That's all the longer those little batteries and those stupid cameras last. And I'm going to be hunting for about 2.5 hours, and I have to somehow turn the camera on, hit record before I shoot a bird. It'll be a little easier with Remnar if he works good and points birds. I don't know how Daisy and I are going to pull that off, but we're going to try. And what else? I should tell you really quick about my hunt last couple days ago. A couple days ago on Sunday, I went to a walk-in access area that I'd never been to. A pretty good size one, about 250 acres of tall native grass, CRP. We flushed a few pheasants, and then, oddly, another bird flushed. For a split second, I thought, that's a hun. And then I realized, no, that's a ruffed grouse. A ruffed grouse flushed, sitting in the middle of CRP, warm season, 4-foot tall grass, is a ruffed grouse. Come here. What in the world? What was that doing out here? And then just a little bit later, a rooster flushed a mere 10 yards from where he was. Good dog. Good boy. Good boy. A ruff and a rooster. Isn't it? It was a good Sunday. We watched the Vikings game. Vikings won. Okay, enough talking. I need to go because I don't have a lot of time. Let's go get some birds. Well, I don't know if you want to call it luck or dumb luck or I don't know, something. But I have one rule. Okay, I have a bunch of rules, but one of the rules, probably rule number one, most important rule, always trust the dog. And we just walked up this edge right here, grass, soybeans, and we flushed a hen, not very far from the car, walked all the way down, made a big loop, came back through, and as we're walking up there, Daisy's really birdie. And I don't know why, I'm just like, I was thinking about the next spot, and I looked at her and I went, oh, she's just being birdie because of that hen that we flushed from before. So I just keep walking like a moron, and a rooster flushes behind me. I didn't have the camera on because I wasn't paying attention. I didn't think a bird was gonna get up. But so then once I saw that rooster flush, we watched him come up over this hill. And from that point, he either needed to zigzag between all of these trees right here to get further back, which he could have done, or he would have had to have flown across the lake. And otherwise I would have seen him. If he would have came back the other way, I would have seen him. And I didn't see him, so I figured he was right there in those bushes. The wind's blowing like this, so I figured we'd get way past where I thought he was, just in case he went further. We walked back with the wind in our face. Daisy got pretty birdie down in there, but it took her a while to get him up out of there, but she did. And we got our rooster. Huh? Good dog! All right, we're at our second spot for the evening. Hey, relax, relax, relax. Oh my gosh. This is like one of the worst things, is how noisy these dogs get. If you're sitting in the parking lot doing an interview, they just can't help themselves. Be quiet! We're gonna go! Chill! Okay. The last spot we were at was a WPA, and now we are on a WMA. I have never hunted this corner before because, frankly, I didn't know that this corner was accessible. But I just found this minimum maintenance road, and guess what? There's a parking lot at the end of it. Please be quiet, Remnar. Anyway, so we're going to give this a try. There may be a rooster in this little grassy spot up here. Who knows? But I know there are ruffed grouse down in the bottom. Maybe we'll find one. Yeah, we'll go up here and see what happens. Ruff and a rooster. Got that one. All right, good boy, good boy, good boy. Rem, come. Good boy. Oh man. It's like I've died and gone to bird hunter heaven. Kind of having a moment. The spot I'm at is, I mean, it's beautiful. There's a big creek thing over here that's really pretty. The leaves are changing. There's a northwest wind blowing. It's a fall. It's a beautiful fall day. And just kind of in awe. It's really lucky. And you can do this too. You know, if you're watching this, you probably do bird hunt, but if you don't bird hunt, you don't even have to bird hunt. If you don't get out and see this stuff, I mean, painting the kitchen a different color, or you know, reorganizing the garage or whatever. Yeah, it needs to get done eventually, but when it's fall, it's fall. there's birds to be found, but you won't find them in the house, and you won't find them behind a screen. So go. Camera's dead, and it's a good way to end. So, I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. See ya.